Geetanjali Kumar, how do schools really address this? Because often it is said, do not exert, do not play sports, have very restricted activities. They would say don't interact with the opposite sex. And these are not just myths in certain pockets or in rural Indias. These are very much prevalent even in urban India. I mean, look at the age where girls get their periods and just look at the classes, the way the interaction changes. It's as if it's just designed in that matter, that entire social milieu is reconstructed in a manner that now suddenly the girls get periods and the interaction with the other gender just completely stops.
Somewhere, yes, I would say that since the lifestyles have changed, so the preponement of the age where the menstruation begins, it is happening. But somewhere, if we look at it, that the girl is now entering womanhood, so somewhere the mind says, okay, now she's ready to get pregnant, so she needs to be safeguarded, so she needs to stay away from the opposite sex. Yeah, this mindset is regressive, there is no doubt about it. But some schools look at it progressively, and they have that kind of an education where they are giving biological explanations to this. But my point here is that we have a session for girls. All girls are made to sit, and we have people coming from a sanitary napkin company talking about how to use a sanitary napkin, what is menstruation all about, and what are the boys doing? Boys have no clues about it. So when the girls move out of that auditorium, going back to their classes, some of them are holding those napkins in their hand. They're trying to hide it. They're trying to hush it between their skirt. So there is a sense of shame, sense of embarrassment, something I need to hide, something I don't need to talk about it. इसको बारे में चुप रहना है. So चुप रहना is something which makes the girl come on a lower foot, pedestal. And the boys enjoy that pleasure. And secondly, when all the 5 members are sitting for a puja, and this young girl or the mother is made to avoid that puja, what the compassion quotient, the alienation, the isolation, and that's how the mindsets develop, that it doesn't matter to us. We go, we do puja, we enjoy the prasad. She cannot touch the prasad. The shadow her shadow should also not fall on the puja place. So this kind of discrimination is so derogatory, and it continues for years, and it gets transferred from generations to generation.
Brinda Adige, how does this affect the psyche of a young girl? Because a young girl obviously can't, I mean, you know, as young as a 7, 8 or 9 would possibly just take on what the family is saying. How does this affect the psyche of a young girl who then eventually will become a woman?
First and foremost, we must place on record that patriarchy has very, very strong religious connotations. So it is this religion that is telling that you are impure, the religion and the custom and the tradition all wrapped up together to say that you are impure, and so you cannot participate and you have to stay far away from whatever it is and look down upon. So that impurity is drilled and dinned into this child by everybody in the family, and especially by women. So the internalization is so deep that there is always a sense of shame. If there was a survey done long time back that in Asian countries, and especially in South Asian countries and in India, almost 85 to 90% of young girls remember their menstrual cycle, the day it started, and the continuing of it only as shame, as humiliation, and nothing where they felt a reason to celebrate. Even that celebration that happens in South India, often it happens on the after the periods are over. Even that celebration, they felt that it was insulting and humiliating. What does it do to this child's psyche? I don't think many of us even know what it does, because the child continues to live only in that shame and in that humiliating space, and is unable to speak about it.